Hey there, toy collector friends and Transformers fans alike. Welcome back to the channel. This is the Time Travelling Toy Collector, and this is the Hasbro Transformers Red series, which, for those who don't know, is the robot enhanced design. So there you go. Now you're all in the know with me. Variation of Decepticon leader Megatron. This is Megatron as he appeared in Transformers the movie, the animated film. Once he is, careful spoilers ahead, reformatted, or in the process of being reformatted, by the mighty Unicron. And we all know what becomes of Megatron after this. And if you don't, go and see the film, or watch the film, because it's really good animation, as good as the G1 animations get anyway, but that's a debate for another time. So yeah, let's talk about Red. Red figures are non-transforming Transformers. Yeah, I'm going to let that sink in for a second. They're non-transforming Transformers. Yeah, so that was my reaction as well, which was like, I don't really get the concept of non-transforming Transformers, because surely the point of Transformers is, I don't know, they transform, and kind of, yeah. But this is a range that, and I don't anticipate buying into it heavily on a personal level, but it's a range that gives some sort of enhanced detailing around some of the animated appearances of some of the figures. I very nearly didn't engage and get hold of this figure because I thought, it's a little bit gimmicky, doesn't do very much. But then I saw a couple of early in-hand reviews and thought, well, you know what? I'm really intrigued by how he looks, because I've given you a bit of a turnaround there, but he's in this really gorgeous, it's the only word I can use for it, translucent-esque purple plastic. So you really can see some of what's going on behind the scenes there with Megatron. He's got some, considering that it's apart from the obvious Tron-esque reformatting that we've got here, it's a bit detail light. We can see the embossed Decepticon insignia there, and of course we can see some really good facial detailing, and what's nice is the eyes do retain a different shade, so they do pop. They really do pop as well. But mostly and there is surface detailing, again, which I didn't think there'd be a huge amount of, because he's basically in my head was going to be a bit of a lump of plastic, but it's far more posable and displayable than I possibly ever gave it credit for. We do get all the standard variations around articulation. Quite good articulation, actually. We have a lovely waist articulation as well. But something that really impressed me was the ab crunch aspect, because he can really bend over, this guy, and take that how you want, but he can. It's a really well done joint there that allows for forward, not so much back, but certainly forward flex, and I really like it. So yeah, we've got shoulder joint and hand articulation. We've got his ever so mighty fusion cannon there. The end is closed off, but nevertheless it looks good. We've got some really versatile head posing, tilt. So yeah, really nice. And of course the whole thing is really super evocative, not only of G1 Megatron proper, complete with his gun attachment behind him there, but also of the wonder that was that animated movie, where we saw what became of Megatron after these moments, which has been a little bit rehinted at again, I think, in some of the newer Transformers animated adventures that we've seen on certain streaming services. So I'll leave him there and just do a little bit of a pan down so you can get the full sense of that reformatting detail that's there. I think it's just really lovely, a really lovely, very posable, very displayable figure. So if you are looking at having a Transformers the movie collection, and of course if you've been grabbing successfully those wonderful Studio Series, mostly wonderful Studio Series 86 figures, which I'm looking at in other videos, then this is a really good addition to that. Although he doesn't transform, he captures a really evocative moment in Transformers lore, and I'm already considering either some toy photography or something that involves Megatron into this version, possibly into the Reformatting Galvatron Generation Select version, into the Kingdom version of Galvatron, which is pretty close to what I think. I don't think I'm going to go after the other toy accurate colorization of Galvatron. Tempting though it is, I'll end up with just too many Galvatrons and not enough storage space. But yeah, in terms of playability, this figure certainly brings with it a lot more than I think I originally anticipated. And to the point that it has, getting this in hand is one of the things that made me go, actually, I think I do want that reformatted Galvatron with the Unicron accessories. I don't have the HasLabs Unicron. I do have an alternative third-party Unicron that definitely isn't Unicron, obviously. But I didn't get that one. I missed it. That sort of happened just before I came back into collecting these toys, so I'm a bit gutted. But I also do draw the line at some of the online prices people are charging. Maybe somewhere in the future that will drop. Who knows? It would be remiss of me not to mention this. He also comes with a nice little tray of goodies. There's an Energon cube in his hand there, pointy finger, wavy hand, fisty hand, and of course his electronic digital Energon mace attachment. And quite literally, and I think they're really well pulled out in the same colour scheme and offset. The Energon colours were offset beautifully against the deep purple of the plastic. And I just think it looks really great. So I wanted to share that. What I'll probably do in a second is just to show the versatility, swap over a couple of the hand elements there, just so you can have a look at that. But yeah, I wasn't sold on this initially, or I'm not really sold on the concept of the red figures, because for me, if I want a Transformer, forgive my old school approach, I kind of want them to transform. Otherwise, they're just action figures. Nothing wrong with being an action figure. A lot of my toys have had great careers being action figures. It's done them proud. But with Transformers, you kind of want that extra gimmick. But this figure has its own gimmicks, and I think if you take it at that face value, you kind of buy into what it is and what it's selling. And I think for me, what it is selling is that element of nostalgia. It gives us something we've never had from the toys, other than some people may have done customs in the past. This is an official, authentic figure. It does have those accessories, so I'm very happy with what it came with. It doesn't really have the diorama as such. It does have a bit of a card in the box, which I won't faff about with now, but it certainly isn't enough to warrant me treating it as a display base. So in terms of lining it up with the Studio Series figures, I can't really do that, but I can create my own dioramas, etc. with him and other figures. So I'm content with that. I'm at peace with this purchase, shall we say. I'm at peace with this purchase. So if you're not sure or weren't sure, I hope me giving you a little sort of tour around it has helped. Just to mix it up a bit, I'm going to see if I can seamlessly swap out his hands, and if there are any issues with that, I'll report back in seconds. And I'm pleased to report back that actually it's really simple. Even I could manage it. It's just an unplug the fists and insert the new attachments. So here you can see, and let me swing around ever so slightly there, you can see Megatron with his Energon mace, and giving a sort of come hither look with his Energon cube securely in hand. The Energon cube is fixed, it doesn't detach, but that's fine, means I won't lose it. But yeah, what a lovely additional little add-on to the figure. I won't swap out all the hands, because that would become ludicrous. You get the idea, and it is again. I'll swivel him slightly so you can see the different angles. But I think this already starts to show just how versatile this non-converting transformer figure can be, in terms of toy photography and creating your own play sets, for example. Whatever you want to use your figures for, whether it's for fun or display or, as I say, toy photography. This figure, for me, in my mind, was like scoring quite low in terms of my must-have ability. Saw a review, saw it in hand, thought actually that may have, to coin a phrase, there may be more to this figure than first meets the eye, and I really am glad that I picked it up. I think it's an excellent addition to the range of Transformers figures. It isn't convincing me by any stretch of the imagination to sort of branch out and start collecting the Red range, so please don't interpret that as me endorsing the Red range in any way, shape or form. I'm sure it's a perfectly wonderful range. It isn't, unless they have some more oddities that are very unique paints and models and sculpts such as this one, I doubt very much there's anything else in that range that I'm going to be looking out for. But hey, don't let that put you off exploring and investigating it yourself. And to be fair, there will be people on YouTube who will have purchased or got their hands on some of these figures and can give you a more extensive review of the range of figures. I only speak, as I find, with Reformatting Megatron, and for me, it's a really, really good figure. I'll stick a couple of the photos I did for Instagram on at the end of this, just so you can see, but by all means do head over to my Instagram account, give me a follow there, and if you see anything you like, well, please like it, and tell all your friends to come along as well. It's a photo party that just doesn't stop. I hope this was interesting. I hope it's helped you make your minds up about whether or not you'd like to have Reformatting Megatron from the Red range in your Transformers collection, and whether you've now decided you do or you've decided you don't. As long as you've been helped in some way, then I feel like I've earned my place on YouTube. Do please give the video a like. It really does help the channel. And similarly, if you're interested in other toy reviews such as Transformers or Star Trek or Star Wars or Doctor Who, or goodness knows what other anomalies may crop up along the way, then do subscribe to the channel. That way you'll never miss anything. And by turning on the notifications as well, you'll be notified as soon as any new videos drop. So this has been the Reformatting Megatron from the Red range. That's robot enhanced design from Hasbro. You've been a fantastic audience. I've been the time traveling toy collector, and until the next time, I hope to see you in another video. Keep safe, keep rolling, and remember, a thing of beauty really is a toy forever. Take care. Bye bye for now.